So the start of the second half, you guys are only up 4 at halftime. First 7-8 possessions, 5 turnovers for them, 5 buckets for you guys, and you guys extended it right out of the half. Was it something that happened at halftime? Was it just a kind of a refocus? What changed at halftime to make you guys start like that?
I think it was just kind of more of like a refocus. I think certain guys, even me myself, just got a little bit too emotional about things. And I think once we settled down, just started guarding the ball, and we turned them over, plenty amount of time. So we were able to get out on the break and run. So once we were able to do that, we were able to kind of play free, and the game just kind of spread out from there.
I don't know what the final transition numbers were. You guys were really good in transition, not as good in half court. What do you guys need to still kind of work on in the half court to get better half court offense?
I just think our flow, our movement, whether it be screening, hitting bodies, just our flow, just guys being confident and going out there, just attacking gaps, just reading what the game is, and not overthinking it too much. Just going out there, just playing basketball. Basketball is a simple game, so keep it as simple as possible.
At the start of the game, was it hangover from an almost win in Colorado, or was it like overlooking Grambling? What was that slow start due to?
I mean, I think it was just the flow of the game at the time. I mean, I think they ended up punching us in the mouth early first, and then we were able to respond and regroup and just get together and just, string some stops together and obviously get out in the transition, get out in the break. So that's what we ended up doing, as far as going into that second half and late in that first.
Was there a point where you guys really felt like you took over control as far as dictating the game going the way you wanted it to?
I mean, I thought we had control of the game the whole game. I just think we were kind of playing the game with ourselves. I think, once we were able to determine what they wanted to do on the offensive end with our defensive pressure, we were able to turn them over and we were able to just get easy buckets. And, we didn't have to run many sets. Because they were playing, 2-2-1 at a time, 2-3. They were throwing a lot of different defenses at us. So we just took what the defense gave us, and everybody was able to make play. We had, I think, like 6 guys in double digits. So, yeah.
Very late in the second half, we sit right there with the fans. And after your last and one, 2 guys behind me are genuinely talking about how fun this team is to watch, how they love watching you play. When you think about a fan base as passionate as this one, how does it help the end result there on the court?
I mean, it helps a lot. I mean, when we're in this pit and we hear these, this crowd, and they're into it, it makes us into it. It makes us just play a little bit more harder, run a little bit more faster, cut a little bit more harder. So we need that every night. And I know they're going to be there every night. And we're going to continue to keep playing hard for them.
Kind of off the wall here, but Jeremiah Francis plays for the first time tonight. He's a guy that people here knew from last year, at least a little bit. Hasn't played a whole lot this year. I mean, the numbers are what they are. There's a lot of guards on this team. Can you talk a little bit about what Jeremiah brings to this team that hasn't shown up on the court because he didn't play in 2 games, just played 3 minutes tonight? But what does Jeremiah bring to this team?
Man, he's a leader. A lot of people don't see it, but he's always the one that's talking, with all of us, and making sure guys are in the right spots. He's at the end of the day, he's a point guard, so he's very vocal with us. And, he's always staying ready. That's one thing I respect about JF. He's always ready to go and, ready to compete regardless of what the situation is, always having a positive attitude, and just coming back the next day ready to work. And that's why he's going to play some big minutes for us, these upcoming games and stuff. So.
And then you probably heard me ask Coach about it. It's not a boring 18 points. 18 points is good, but there's 11 points in the first half, 7 in the second half, and you're just kind of steady. You kind of bring it both halves. Is that your game? Do you want people to think of you more as that dunk that we saw that one night, or just steady?
I mean, I'm just a basketball player at the end of the day. I mean, I go out there to win. I don't care about, points or how many points I score. I'm just going out there to get the win. I take pride in my defense. That's one thing that I just come out and just try to exert early. That's what makes me aggressive, kind of, just on the ball. But, I mean, I'm just a consistent player, and I try to be as consistent as possible with everything I do, whether it be on the defensive end, offensive end, just staying consistent.